do is listen to me, Big T, and we gon' fly high in the sky on another level. We talk topics like politics with no tricks, spitting games to the lane with no shame, and other things like the good game of football, basketball, other sports. But wait, there's more. Nikki Jean just walked
Gotta
through the
fix
door.
that, Jim.
Now we gonna talk about social topics and media with relationships. Let's not forget it getting
Scott
knocked over with offensively offensive, where he is unapologetically offensive. Just listen and you'll get it. With T.
I got a feeling tonight's gonna be a good night.
Hey.
Please give it up for Mr. Incredible, Mr. T. Crow. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention he's very, very handsome.
Yes, sir. Hey, listen, thank you for joining and thank you for watching. But she never, ever lies. Listen, when she says I'm handsome, I think you guys all know it. And I'm not talking to the guys. Listen, I'm talking to the women. You guys all know it.
Oh, you're not talking to the kids.
Why would I talk to the guys, Pauls? I don't want guys thinking I'm handsome, Jamsky. I mean, they know that. Listen, I'm a man, and you know, like if you're a basketball player, you saw Jordan, you're like, damn, he got it. So when motherfuckers see me, they're like, damn, he got it.
I'm sure most guys don't think you're handsome. Maybe there's a gay guy. There's a gay guy.
No. Listen. No homophobe here. No homophobe here. But if the gay dudes think I'm handsome, I mean the chicks think I'm handsome. Salute. Carry on.
That really has nothing to do with the chicks. But anyway.
You're listening to a man who's so sexy it's completely ridiculous. Mr. Anthony Scott Dover.
Oh, where'd that come from? Oh no. Where'd that come from? That came out of the blue, man.
It did come out of the blue. Out of the dark blue sea. Well, you know, but hey, to each his own. Welcome to As the Crow Flies podcast. Is probably offensive. And you know what? With my partner Jamsky, it does get offensive. But you know, you can catch us on Spotify, iHeart, YouTube, Restream now. You think I'm missing, Jamsky? Facebook, of course. Did I miss anything?
No, I don't think so.
Spotify, iHeart. And to those who check us out on Spreaker across the globe, listen, Japan chipped in last week. What?
Oh yeah,
man. Listen, I gotta brush up on my foreign languages. We might have to get this show translated, Jamsky. Listen. For some reason, people in foreign nations like us, and I got an idea why.
Yeah, they super bored.
Is that what you think, Jamsky? You sound like somebody related to me, and I'm not gonna mention her name. It's my damn wife. Keep hating. Yeah, you sound like her.
Oh,
but check this out. Check this out. I don't think they're super bored.
Mm.
I think they like the fact that Johnny International has grown up, and now he's speaking the truth.
Okay.
And I think they like that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Jim?
Yeah, the Japanese people that's probably it. Seeing how they don't know you, never met you, and don't know who you are, that sounds about right.
Hey, how do you know they never? Hey, listen, I've met a lot of people across the globe, Jamsky.
Okay.
Met a lot of people, man.
All right. No, I think they're just searching for some good content, some entertaining people, and then they come across us and we're like, oh my God, look at these two. You know, so I'm very entertaining.
They're very entertaining.
Couple of dudes here, amateurs. They probably already looked at they probably already looked at Shannon Sharp's, listening to it, and Joe Rogan and all those guys, and then they was like, okay, let's see who else is out there, and so that's where we could get our foot in the door with the niche audience of the foreign markets, because those who speak English, I think they're going to get a kick out of of what we do.
Oh, they're gonna get a great big kick out of this. You ever heard of Twitch?
Yes,
I think we need to. I think I'm gonna try to get us on Twitch next week.
Okay. So
I'm gonna get us on Twitch. Yeah. I'm gonna do that for us. But yeah, so celebrity deaths.
You're so great.
There's been quite a few this week that you'd like to start off with. Mm-hmm. Let me start off with one myself. Alden Smith, great defensive end, San Francisco 49ers. Mm-hmm. He was a genetic. Listen to what I'm telling you, people. He was a genetic nightmare. He played great. Holy shit. Well, we know I'm handsome. Sorry about that. Yeah, we know I'm handsome. Let's get off that. She likes to tell people I'm handsome, but he was a genetic nightmare, right? You remember Alden Smith? Then he got into some troubles. He beat up his girlfriend and got some other kind of troubles. He had mental issues. Right. Well, he passed away. Was it I think it was yesterday. And I just want to give and listen, here's the thing about athletes and people who are famous and make big money. No one cares about their mental health. Mm-hmm. They just care about that check you're bringing in. And something's going to be done about that because he was 36 years old, man. Now, when you're 36, what
can be done?
Excuse me?
What can be done?
Well, we're going to get to that. At the age of 36, Jansky, do you know how young you are? When we were 36, we didn't know. Hey, listen, we did not think we were that young then. Yeah. We were still kicking it. It had slowed down at that point. And, our kids are growing up and whatnot. Because we had our kids in our early 20s, you know what I mean? So by the time of 36, they're teenagers and you becoming young adults of that nature. So we're more focused on them. But at the same time, being the age of 55, 56, what we are now, you look back and you say, damn, 36, that's 20 years ago. You had a lot of time left. You were still a young man. And this guy, he OD'd on drugs. That's what they're saying. That's allegedly, people. Don't shoot as crow flies. It's probably offensive. Don't bring that to us. This is allegedly. He OD'd and he was going through some pretty mental unstableness. He got cut from the team, and we never heard from him. They said he's supposed to get his stuff together. After his last incident, man, we never heard back from him. So the NFL worth billions upon billions of dollars. Once you're no good to them, like any other league, they'll throw you away. This young man died. It's not their responsibility, but it's like if you work for a corporation, I'm gonna let you take this after this. If you work for a corporation and you put your blood, sweat, and tears into it, and you put money into it, and you make the money, I do think it's their due diligence to look. If you have a mental condition, they should look, whether you still work for them or not, we're going to help you overcome this. So because your life is more important than what you've done for us. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You might have children. You might have, you do have parents, siblings, things of that nature. You're worth more than a touchdown or defensive sack to us. You're worth more to them than that is to us. So I'm going to help you. Because you help me, I'm going to help you. That's just the way I operate because I'm a humanitarian. I'm a peace lover. And, whether people look at me as that or not, I don't care what people think of me. I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what people think about my past. I just don't care. So I don't think that's going to affect me because he cared. When people care about what others say about them, I'm going to let you take it, James, because this is my last point. When people care what other people think about them, bad shit tends to happen to that person.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Was his death controversial? Is that why you said?
No, his friend found him slumped over in a pickup, truck him to the hospital.
Okay. So the OD was official cause of death? He OD'd?
Well, that's what they're saying. So I'm pretty much, it's probably official.
Okay. So there was no controversy about it. No one else is saying that's not true.
They don't see foul play, if that's what you're asking. They haven't found that yet.
All right. Well, I'm going to take the medical professionals at their word that it was an OD and no one's arguing about it. So no one else is saying, no, that's not true, that they're covering something up. So I'm just going to accept that he OD'd.
Okay.
How old? He was 36 years old?
36. Yes, sir.
So he really had some football left. Was he not in the league anymore?
No. I can't remember last. He hadn't played in like about. I'm gonna say he hadn't played in a few years because he had his own issue.
Was he defensive lineman or linebacker?
Yeah, he's a defensive end.
Okay, defensive lineman. Maybe not a lot of football in that position at 36, but we have known defensive linemen to play until they're 40. Some of them, not a lot. Right. A lot of them don't want to after a while. They got a bad back or some type of nagging injury, and even though they're able to play, they're not able to play up to their standards.
Exactly.
They want to retire. They say Aaron Donaldson, in an unrelated story, another defensive lineman that helped the Rams win the Super Bowl because of Myles Garrett being traded to the Rams. They say Aaron Donaldson says now he wants to come back because he's so excited about that trade.
Yes,
but this young man we're talking about who passed away, I didn't really know much about him. I knew who he was because he was a good player, and I'm a fan, NFL fan. So I don't really have a lot to say about him, except for the one thing you did mention was that the NFL, in their position, they are in a position that they could follow up with the health of all the former players. And they probably feel like they do enough. Obviously, they do, or they would do more. But I know a lot of the ex-players don't feel like that. And there's another charity that even the NFL itself donates to called Gridiron Grace. You ever heard of it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a charity that people donate to, and it helps out ex-players. That's what it's set up for, and that's what it does.
Okay, now let me ask you this. I don't know, this, that, and the third about people's pockets. But why wouldn't the NFL, it's like McDonald's, when they ask you and I to donate, you want to donate your change. Why would you ask me, who makes, let's say 14, the average person like us who is a truck driver makes $1,400 to $1,800 a week. Why would you ask someone who makes, let's go with the median, $1,600 a week, which is good money. You're making $1,600 a week. Why would you ask me to donate when prices are this much, when you're making billions? You advertise. This is McDonald's now. They advertise that they sell to billions upon billions of burgers. Each burger costs $1. You're making billions upon billions of dollars. You don't need my money. My money's peanuts compared to yours. And the NFL, it makes billions upon billions of dollars a year. Why would you ask why would fans need to take care of your ex commodity? That's because once the NFL's done with you, they don't need you anymore, and you're nothing to them. That's why a lot of athletes now, even though they're making millions of dollars, and a lot of people, which we're going to talk about later in the show, because I got something to talk about this. The certain set of people act like the players should be grateful, which I think you should be. Excuse me. They're allowing you the chance to make millions upon millions of dollars. But at the same time, insurance, as you know, as a common man, as me, as another blue-collar common man, insurance can kick your ass. And with these players doing this bodily damage and damage to their heads, insurance is going to be a key to them for the rest of their lives. Why can't they just get in the insurance?
Let me interject.
Please do.
And I'm going to play devil's advocate. Usually you play devil's advocate.
Yes, normally I play devil's advocate, right?
And you jump in there with some tinfoiling.
Ain't that a bitch? See, timeout, people. Timeout. I'm not gonna let you keep doing this to me.
Hold on.
I'm not gonna listen. You can't keep doing this to me, Jamsky.
Let's stop crying.
Okay. I got you.
Let's stay on the subject matter. But I
got you, Jamsky.
You can sizzle me up later when you get the opportunity to talk about the
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I got you.
But I'm going to play devil's advocate on this particular subject because from the NFL's point of view, that's a nonprofit organization. Did you know that? You know that, right?
That's what they label it as that for tax purposes. Because in the beginning of the NFL, they weren't making money.
Right.
You gotta go back to the 1930s. That's almost 100 years. So you got to go back to the 1930s, which is what? We're 2026, 1933. Boom. That's 93 years ago, Jamsky.
Okay.
And it stayed the same. It stayed in the same tax bracket and the same tax label.
For right now, their commissioner is an attorney, and the commissioner before that was an attorney. And the commissioner who is presently the commissioner was the attorney for the NFL before he became the commissioner. So the what I'm saying is the commissioner and the league office knows that right now being a nonprofit still fits. It still is the best way to go for them financially.
Right. I agree with you.
So they feel like it's their job to not hoard up all the money that they can and then take care of veterans, is to get money to the players as much as they can so they can stack bank now while they're in the league.
I'm not going to interrupt you. I've just got a question. Did you just say to get money, this is set up this way to get money to the players? Yeah. Is that what you just said?
And the owners and everyone who works for them, not everybody who works for them.
Okay.
That's how they're able to get away with being a nonprofit, by shelling out most of the money to the employees. And that's not just players, mostly players, but not just players, but everyone who works there. So they can say to the government, as far as paying taxes, see, we don't have a whole hell of a lot of money left, and we do take the money we have left and do something with the retired players.
Okay.
But they also do donate money to the Gridiron Greats. And I don't work for the Gridiron Greats, but I'd be a great spokesman for them since I mentioned them 4 or 5 times on this show.
Hey, listen, he did.
Because they take care of retired players and Gridiron Greats.
Hey, we'll do a commercial for $100,000 a year. Just send us a commercial.
It's a charity, you know what I'm saying? And I love football. You know, we played football in high school. Love football. And it's a worthy, and they pay bills for retired players, and even players that weren't in the league long enough and they have injuries from playing. Gridiron Greats still helps them out too. So it's a worthwhile charity. But the NFL itself, they do try to look after players, but most of their money goes to employees that are currently employees, and a lot so they're trying to help people make enough money so that they don't need to worry about retirement, that they have more than enough money in the bank about the time they retire.
They probably do, but I'm talking about, I'm not interrupting you, I just want you to touch this topic. Insurance. Medical insurance takes a lot of bread, Jamsky.
And that's what Gridiron Greats pays for some of the medical costs from retired players that they don't have medical insurance or the same caliber.
So where does the money? Where do Gridiron Greats get the money?
It's donations. Like I said, the NFL donates to Gridiron Greats.
Time out.
It's the charity. They get money from different sources. It's a lot of different sources.
You made my day, Jamsky. You made my day. No, you go ahead and finish. I'm going to continue after you finish. Then we'll move on.
All right. So, this player who OD'd,
Alden Smith.
Alden Smith.
Yeah, that's his name.
Smith.
Yeah, Alden Smith.
I don't know how many years he was in the league.
I want to say he was in trouble a lot. I mean, he had a lot of mental issues. I want to say 7 years, maybe.
But I've seen stories where gridiron greats have helped players who were only in the league 1 year. They couldn't make the team after that. So, and they got injured in that one season. So, they've reached out and extend their abilities, what they can do for people and it goes all the way from homeless people to injured, homeless players, ex-players to injured.
Right on.
Ex-players, what I'm saying? So they do a lot. So I think the league and some people, you see it, you will hear a lot of fans complaining about how much money some of the players make. But you got to remember, their football career is a short time. The average football career
is 2.5 to 3 years. Yeah.
So whatever money you can make in 3 seasons, if you happen to play a position that you're a tough guy and you don't get some type of permanent injury, you just get nicked and dinged, and you're able to play 10 years and make $100 million more, and you actually do what you need to do with your money, then that's great. But that's few and far between that do that. You know what I'm saying? That's a minority of the players that are financially responsible. So most of the players are living the high life at the time, thinking I'm going to be in the league 15
and
years.
You're not.
Yeah, you're going to be in the league 4 years.
and that's a good year.
If you're average, if you're a superstar and you don't get an injury that slows you down, you might be in the league.
So, can I touch on a couple things, or you still got something to say?
Go ahead.
Are you done?
Touch.
Okay, I can touch. So you talk about donations from people in the NFL gridiron greats, right? Yeah. And this is what I'm talking about with the McDonald's and all these corporations asking for our tips. Everywhere you go, somebody wants a tip. They don't want to pay their workers, so they're asking us to pay. They want a tip.
Oh yeah, let me go ahead. Elaborate on that. And here's the thinking. Here's the thinking behind that. The NFL says, yes, we're a huge corporation and we generate billions of dollars, but we got to spread that amongst a lot of players, office workers, coaches, and doctors, and everybody. And we've got hundreds of millions of fans. And the reason they're asking us is because, and I donated a little money to charity here and there, but I pick charities. I don't donate consistent. I don't do like a.
Well, why don't you donate to my charity?
I didn't know you had one.
I'm messing with you. I didn't know you. I'm gonna keep messing with you because you got
your charity. Okay, your charity ain't popular enough for me to know about.
Oh wow! So my charity's gonna be big time. Wow!
Yeah, I'm a prestigious charity.
I donate to people in Springfield. Our watchers, our listeners, our viewers. He's telling y'all ain't big enough for his bread.
You have a peon. Would you? Let's go one at a time, please.
Yes.
You have a peon charity. Okay. So it ain't big enough for me to donate to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm too busy donating to charities that I've heard of and I'm sure are legit. Your charity, I don't know what the hell is going on with it. So I'm not sure about that.
Hey, I tell you what, I got a lot of listeners and viewers out there that donated that and they saw where the money went. You see what I'm saying, people? This is my partner. This is my partner. This is my partner. This is my man, Jamsky. My best friend from 3rd grade. Listen, he's telling me my charity is a peon. Oh, I got light here.
It's a PC, a peon charity. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, the NFL's idea is that all the hundreds of millions of fans they got, if you donated just $1 a week,
that's $100 million they got. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what they feel like, so you could help a great deal if everybody really got on board with
donation. I get that. But here's what I want to say. I get exactly I know exactly where you're coming from and where the NFL's coming from. Only thing I'm saying is this. You're making so much money off of TV, beer sales, every parking sales, stadium sales. And if your city decides to give the stadium and the owners money to build a new stadium, you're profiting off that. Why ask the poor man who's got to pay these upgraded scale type tickets to come to your games? Why charge us? Why ask? Why ask us? I'm a fan. That don't mean that. And listen, as a fan, I could be broke as a joke, and I save 2 checks. I just don't. I stop going out. I stop eating out. I stop driving everywhere. I save up for a month to get 2 tickets for me and my baby, or me and my son to go to the game. Right? We go to a game. Now you're asking for more of my blood when you're living high on the hog. I don't agree with that, and I'm never going to agree with that. And you said money, and like the players make money, so they should be able to take care of themselves. But do you know about money? Like I said, Jamsky, I took down notes to the points I just want to touch on. There's only 2. That donations, I don't think you should ask the fans shit. The paying customer is the paying customer. You already upgraded. How the hell is a hot dog and a Coke $12? You come to my house for $12 for a hot dog and a Coke, man. We got hot dogs galore and Cokes galore with bread. Listen, and you touched on something that was real deep about the money, and you're absolutely correct. These players that make $60 million a year, $40 million a year, $30 million, you don't hear about them. You just hear about the money they're signing, but they're not the ones that need the money. That's only like I say in life, like we say in life, that's 1% gets to eat everything. That's 1% of the football population. The rest of them, they make veteran minimum, and then after they pay their agent, they pay this, they pay that, taxes. They're making a little bit more than what we make, Jansen. And then they got to come to a regular job. So when they go back to a regular job, they didn't make enough to really sustain medical bills that they might need for the rest of their lives. And God forbid, the NFL, who's making billions upon billions, every team, the shittiest team to the greatest team, they get a check from the NFL. This is before jersey sales, ticket sales, parking sales, vendor sales. You get a check from the NFL. It's $450 million.
That's great. Because we're so many, and
anything else,
if you donate a little bit, if everyone donated a little bit, then everything would be fine. That's their reason. And you don't have to do it. So those people who say, you know what, I'll donate $1, here or there, or $1 or $2 or whatever. So I like the fact that they asking for money, because you don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? I used to give $25 a month to the Children's Medical Network. I used to give that. I didn't have to do it.
Right, Jeff. And you hit the nail on the head. You don't have to do it.
So,
what if they're soft-hearted people like yourself?
Pick your cause. Don't get robbed by some con man. These are real charities.
There you go. Come to J Creek Charities. We put the money back in the streets where it belongs. Yeah. I'm even out there cooking. I'm even out there serving. I'm out there dancing, hugging the people.
That's what the charities are called, J Creek?
No, I don't have a name for them. We're supposed to come up with a name.
Don't call it J Creek. That sounds bogus and like you.
Okay, we hey, listen. You've been killing me all day. We get the picture.
J Creek sounds like you're just taking the money and getting hookers and cocaine. So
that don't sound like a bad
idea. Don't name your charity J Creek.
Hey, listen, that don't sound like a bad idea. You hear me?
Yeah.
But no, I take all the money in food donations, and I'm out there in that hot sun on my pull behind grill, sweating like a slave in August, cooking that food for these people.
Oh, damn. Poor Jay Vader.
Cooking that food. And listen, it's not just me. I got helpers from far and wide, my wife, my friends, compadres, motorcycle riders that I ride with. And we get out there in that hot sun and we serve the people who need it. And I'm not bragging about that. And the time's about to come up again where I'm gonna need the community to help us out. But the thing about that is, I'm not asking, it's just if I was real rich, I wouldn't even ask the people. I wouldn't ask for help. I wouldn't ask anything. I would supply it myself. But with that, I would. I really would, because I think, if you got it, you give it.
Well,
when
I get real rich, I'm going to have a foundation, and I'm still going to ask people, because there's 8 billion people on Earth. If they all donated 50 cents, I mean, you still have $4 billion for your charity. So that's why you ask.
How the hell is my grandson going to give you 50 cents? See, that's the thing that they catch you. That's how they catch you. The little kids don't count.
You can give 50 cents for the grandson.
Or my wife can, but that means that one person is giving more than 50 cents. So we got to cut it down. Instead of asking each person for 50 cents, let's ask for 25 cents. So we can get a quarter of the 8 billion, which means a quarter of the class that's up. They can cover for them, and then the ones that are in the quarter who are down, they don't have to cover. And we can still conquer. We can still conquer 2 billion. We can still get 2 billion. So I get what you're putting down, Jamsky. I get what you're putting down. But let me ask you a question, Jamsky.
Go ahead.
We're going to switch gears here because we spent a lot of time on that topic, and we got a lot to cover. Let me ask you a question. Okay, now you heard of therapy, right?
I have.
People go to therapy. I've been to therapy, and I love therapy. And right now, across the globe, if anyone out there knows of a great therapist, I don't care if they're in New Zealand, send them my way, because I'm looking to go back into therapy because I need some people to talk to.
You need another therapist?
Yeah, I would like another. My therapist, she retired, but I'm looking for a new therapist. Right? Yeah.
You scared by looking at her toes?
Here we go. Listen. So if you got a new therapist in New Zealand, make sure I don't want a male. I prefer a woman. And I don't care the age. I don't care how good looking she is. Jamsky wants her to have pretty feet.
I don't need her to have feet. So your therapist can come in a wheelchair.
If she don't have any feet, man, listen, she don't have any feet, I ain't going.
Your therapist could be a dude with no feet.
I wouldn't go.
I'd be fine with you having a therapist that fits that description. So
I bet you would.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it at all.
Okay, let me ask this question. So, in this generation, a lot of people are starting to pick up on therapy and whatnot, but the therapists I think they're doing lazy therapy, and I'm gonna say because they're blaming past generations for what's wrong with the people of today. And let me make you want a coincidence? Let me give you a situation.
An example?
Yeah, example. And I didn't mean coincidence. Listen, I start talking fast, you know how I get. So let me give you an example. So say a young lady, take for example, a young lady goes to a therapist. They will just diagnose her as having daddy problems. Daddy, okay, we're just going to go with that. We're not going to go with any other topic because we can go, well, she might have got raped by her uncle. No. We're only touching on one topic, that she has daddy issues. Well, guess what we can say? Well, they got men out there who have daddy issues who the dads weren't there, right? Yeah. And so they say, well, your problem is because you didn't have a dad in your life and blah, blah, blah. You got daddy issues. Okay, so if that's the way therapy is going today, what makes you think that we couldn't say anything about the therapy that was done years ago that wasn't done or was done. In other words, what I'm saying is, if everyone wanted to do lazy therapy and blame someone for their past, I could be like, well, my mother, blah, 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 or my dad, blah, 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 my grandfather, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, let's take it a step back. What will my mom say? What my dad, blah, 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 my mom, blah, 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 and take it a step back. So in other words, what I'm saying is, we can always pass it backwards. It's their fault. It's their fault. So eventually, it's going to go back to the beginning of history, to the reason why people have problems. So with that being said, I don't think you people out here who are going to therapy are getting the value of what therapy is. Therapy is self-help, self-building. It's not for your mom or your dad or whoever you think was the problem. Therapy is for that motherfucker in the mirror. Stop blaming others. Look in the mirror and say, it's you. Because how does this stuff stop, Jamsky? Like, you decided, I decided, a whole bunch of our friends decided we're not going to live in Vesta or Ronez when we grow up. My mom didn't tell me to do that. My dad didn't tell me to do that. Your parents didn't tell you what happened. They raised you the best they could, and you took it. Once you got to be a certain age, Jamsky, you took it upon yourself to say, you know what? I'm not going there. I'm not going to live that way. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to get my own, with or without help. I'm going to do it. Did you do that? Yes or no?
Did I do what?
Where are you living?
In a house.
Okay, who did it?
I did.
There you go.
Listen.
No. Hold on a second. Let me finish. And then you can take over. You didn't say, I'm going to live in these projects. Mm-hmm. Our parents didn't have the choice that we had. Mm-hmm. They did it the best way that they could, and so didn't we. But for us to blame our parents for our failures is wrong. And for children, our children, and a younger generation to blame us for their failures is wrong. What did you do? You took initiative in your own hands. You looked in the mirror and you said, I'm going to do it this way.
Okay.
And guess what? I did too. You did. And I just want everyone to say, let me close with this. Before you start blaming, the first person that I think people should blame is in the mirror. Okay. Because you know right from wrong.
All right. So I'm not in therapy. You are in therapy, or was, until you're stared at Brady's toes and she quit.
Hey, this bitch.
So you are more apt to
this guy
have an opinion on therapy than me, because I'm not in therapy. But okay, I do recognize that some people in therapy are going to have issues that come up with their parents. And if the therapist feels that this is helping their therapy, their whatever comes up, that they express it and explore it, then they should do that. You know what I'm saying? They should.
I didn't say explore it. Whoa. You didn't hear what I said.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead. You go. I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna write my notes. I'm gonna write my notes down and know my talking points.
All right.
Go ahead.
Take notes. So I will leave that therapy or whatever comes up in their sessions. If some people have years of therapy, as you know, I will leave that to the professionals. They have a psychologist or a therapist who is a psychiatrist, depending on what it is they need or what they're getting from the therapy. But some people even go on medication. But I actually have not gone to therapy.
You should,
but. You say, well, some people say everybody.
I didn't say anything.
Some people say everyone needs to. I don't know.
I think everyone. I'm an advocate of that. I think everyone needs to.
Or maybe it might help. I don't know. But my parents, when I was younger, I thought my parents' effort as far as their ambition sucked. Okay, my mom was a good mother. She did take care of us. But, you know what I'm saying? She didn't, in my opinion, try that hard to have a job that paid very well. But she did have 4 kids to take care of. And my father, he sucked so bad. He was a horrible father. And so, to me, the fact that they sucked as providers, my mom was loving and wonderful human being, but the fact that they sucked as providers didn't deter me from thinking I should be a good father and a good provider. And I can't go on for the rest of my life not doing well and blaming my parents for it.
You just made my argument. You made
it's nonsensical, and I got things to do. I myself had 3 kids. Those kids need to be taken care of. They need to be loved. They need to be protected. Who's going to do that? Me. I'm going to do it. I don't have time to blame so-and-so because I'm not achieving anything in life. I have to do what needs to be done and then shut the fuck up about it. That's all.
And Jamsky, and you know what? You that's why I use you as an example, because you did exactly what I think most people should do. You made my point. Yeah. But the thing about women, especially black women back in the early 80s, when we were growing up, 80s and 90s. 90s, we were pretty much in our 20s. You know, we were born in the 70s, so 20. We were in our 20s. So we were becoming young adults. But the 80s, in our formative years, which I could say that's true for a lot of us, we only had our moms, right? And as far as getting a great job, they weren't hiring black women for great jobs back then.
Right.
And it's not their fault, but to the credit, like you said, your mom was there and my mom was there, and they did what was needed to take care of us. Mm-hmm. And like you said, you had 4 siblings. Well, 4 of you guys. And there was 4 of us, you know. And it was hard. Living in the projects, it was hard. Listen, when I turned 14, I told my mom, you ain't got to buy me nothing else. I'll take care of that part, you know? When I turned 16, I started working at McDonald's. I'll help out. Because I knew at that age, listen, we're in a different situation than the counterparts I was going to school with. The counterparts you went to school with. We're in a whole different situation. Instead of on our 16th birthday, they were getting newer used cars. Man, it was a struggle for us to get a cake. And people don't know that. So you and I can blame the whole system because I hate the system. I hate the world. I hate my mom. I hate my dad. Nah.
Yeah.
We looked in the mirror and said, I'm going to go get that. I'm going to make sure my kids don't have that.
And
I'm going to make sure my kids get this side instead of that side. And we did it. And you made my whole point.
Yeah.
This generation is so they hold no accountability for themselves, and everybody they just think they don't hold accountability for what they do. They blame their parents, they blame everybody else. They blame the schools, they blame the parents, they blame their friends, whatever. I heard some stories the other day when I was listening to different podcasts. Only thing I want to say is this. With age comes wisdom. You know, like I said, we're in our mid-50s now, right? We're not 3rd graders and 5th graders and 6th graders anymore. We're in our mid-50s. And we see a lot of the errors and our rights, a lot of errors and our wrongs. And so we could tell, like our parents, they only had this much opportunity, or we had that much. And this new generation has that much. And we could tell them, you know, don't do this, don't do that. And they don't got to listen. But the one thing that I'm going to tell you what you should or should not do, don't blame your parents and don't blame the generation before you. Because we laid down, the generation before us laid down for some shit for us. Like, and the generation before that, which was Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, they laid down Rosa Parks for some shit for us. And then it trickled us. We laid down a lot of shit for these kids.
We opened up a lot of doors that they're not even trying to take advantage of because they're lazy and soft, and they want to sit around looking stupid all day and complaining about shit.
Exactly. And we looked in our eyes. See, it's called breaking the chain. You and I and a lot of our other counterparts that we grew up with, we broke the cycle.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to make more money, not less.
and you know what, Jamsky? Me too. That's why my name's in every other hat. If you put a hat out here, my name's in it. Your name's in it. And you know why? Because we saw that we blaming others and holding others accountable means nothing. It's not going to get me anything.
Yeah.
I got to look in the mirror and go for what I know. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. But guess what, Jamsky? We tried.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. You did it as well. And everything you said proved my point. You didn't let that hold you back. You looked around like, you know what? I'm going to figure out my path and I'm going to make it. And you made it. Yes, sir. And the thing that you keep doing is like, I'll do it myself. And like you're starting this other business. Like I've started a bunch of businesses. I own my own home. We own 2 homes and I own some land. I own some property. Listen, coming out of Vester, man, listen, I didn't know if I was going to own a pair of Jordans. You hear me? You come out of Rodez. You and Vester and Rodez is the same. It's just built in different places. We're both in the projects, and guess what? We looked at it as like, you know what? I'm not raising my kids in this shit. And you said the same thing. The only thing I'm telling people who's going to therapy now want to blame their parents. If you blame others and you keep blaming others, you're never going to prosper. You're never going to win.
I got 3 LLCs, man. I'm trying to get some revenue generated here.
Right. You have to look in the mirror. And once you look in the mirror and it's you, and you be like, you know what? I can do this. And that's what I want to tell the younger generation. And thank you for your input because you said the exact same thing. You was like, fuck it. It's us.
Well, I'm part of the show, so I probably need to have some input.
Yeah, but normally you go against my input. Today you probably
this is a genuine agreement that we have, so I cannot go against what you're saying because I agree with what you're saying. That wouldn't be authentic to just disagree just for the purpose of the show. I don't do that. Usually you're pretty wrong. So
ain't that a bitch?
This time you're what you're saying. I don't 100% agree with it, but I do for the most part. What you're saying is that we need to dig our heels in and do what needs to be done. And the younger generation, they just whine a lot and talk about what they can't do. And I tell my daughter all the time, don't tell me you can't do something that you can do if you make an effort.
If you make an effort, you're damn right.
Stop whining, focus on what needs to be done, and get to it.
And get
to it, youngster. And
because you will. And then guess what? When it's all completed, you'll be like, I did it. Now let me ask you another question. Okay.
Go ahead.
Did you see the Madden cover?
Nah, not this year.
Okay, well, it got Caleb Williams.
Okay, yes.
With his fingernails.
Painted. Okay.
Hey, I got to use the restroom. Hold that thought. For the first time in a million years, I'm going to take a break. I don't take a break.
You go ahead and take a break.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Yeah,
I'll hold the fork down while you're down.
Yes,
while you're gone.
Hold it down.
Okay. Now, while Jay Vader is going to take a dump, a sloppy dump.
Oh, yeah, dump, asshole.
He's off camera. He's making comments, ridiculously nonsensical comments, I might add. But that's all right. He's notorious for making ridiculously nonsensical comments. It's totally fine. I'm used to it by now. Those of you who watch the show, if you are consistently watching the show, you're used to it. No big deal. He's talking about Caleb Williams on the Madden cover. Caleb Williams is the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. Now, let me see if I can pull up the Madden cover so I can see what he's talking about. I knew Caleb Williams was on the cover of the Madden, of the new this year's latest installment of the most popular video game, Madden. Let me see if I can pull it up. Show me the Madden cover.
Caleb Williams, the quarterback for the Chicago Bears, is on the cover of Madden NFL 27. The standard edition shows a front shot of him, while the deluxe edition features his Iceman touchdown celebration, which pays tribute to Michael Jordan.
Okay, well, they have a lot. That was Google. And,
yes, I'm back.
Okay, all right, you didn't miss anything. I'm just trying to pull up the
I can
the Madden cover.
Well, they have
Okay.
they got like 3 or 4 different covers. They got one cover, him jumping over the skyline of Chicago like Jordan, throwing a pass. They got another one of him with the Iceman pose like this. They got another one of him holding the ball like this, so you see his fingernails being painted, which is the main cover, right? Okay, so with the fingernails being painted as a man, I kind of disagreed with that. And you know, there's a lot of celebrities that came out and talked about this and that, and we all disagreed with that. And I'm thinking, the reason why I'm going to talk. I can't talk about those guys. They talk about homophobia and homosexuality, which I know Caleb Williams has a girlfriend. He's a heterosexual male. He just likes his fingernails being painted, and I know some guys that do that. But the thing that I said was,
yes.
Excuse me? Okay. What I said was, I think it's sending the wrong message, and there's a deeper meaning behind it. Now, do I care that Caleb Williams paints his nails? No. Do I care that other people paint their nails? No. Me being a self-sufficient individual who has my own rights and my own beliefs, and no one can change them, I'm cool with that. But the youth who are highly influenced, right, by their sports stars, who are the biggest heroes to the youth in America, actually across the world. Messi and Ronaldo, they're the biggest stars in the world, and they're soccer players. They were making money before Jordan got to get his, before these other guys, LeBron and everybody got theirs. These soccer players, so if you take a big-time star athlete and paint his nails, what do you think the boys are going to do? The reason why I said there's a deeper meaning behind this is that the American media, the American money is controlled by the Zionists. The Zionists promote this. And I don't want to go through history lessons to prove it because I'm not going to argue with anyone. If you want to argue me now, come on the show. I'm not doing it anymore for free. You come on the show, state your point, and get with me and Damsky, and we'll talk to you about it. Either we agree with you or we don't. Either he might agree, I might not. I might agree, he might not. But I'm not going to sit here and argue with you people over this. So I'm going to tell you like this. I think the Zionists control it. They control the media. They control the hype. They control the money. And they're promoting the painted nail cover because it only appeals to black athletes. It only appeals to black kids. See, black kids normally... Okay, well, let me finish, and then you can take over. Black kids normally throughout I want to say history from the 60s on up, since Planned Parenthood and Section 8, live without their father figures, right? Their moms, you know, are pretty much like we were just talking about, are the final answer. So now they got boys with painted nails. And I'd say this is a bigger issue. Everybody, no, it's not. It's just, you're just being homophobic and you're being this, you're being that. And I'm like, it could be true because I had both my ears pierced. And when I was a little kid, if you got both your ears pierced, it was looked at as you was gay. You get your nose pierced. You get a nose pierced, you were gay. Tupac had a nose pierced. Everybody wanted to do it. I never got mine pierced, but I did have both earrings done. And I wore 2 earrings. I still got 2 holes in each, and you know, that's neither here nor there. So I can see the transformation of history moving forward. But with the nail painting and makeup, I'm not going to throw makeup in it because it wasn't part of the issue. It was a nail painting. And I'm like, the nail painting, as of right now, if a little boy wanted to get his nails painted, I would look like, damn, that's kind of funny. And I started thinking, am I wrong for that? Am I wrong? Because I had both my ears pierced, like I said. And during our time, Jamsky, you remember, back in the early 90s, 2 earrings was, it wasn't common. You see Jordan and all those guys, they only got one. I had, you know, that was, Jordan got his done in the 90s. I got mine done my senior year. I had 2 earrings.
Right.
And, you know, people, they never said anything to me about it. And I don't think anyone wanted to, because it wasn't like that. Everybody knows who I am. You hear me? But one thing I'm saying is, are we jumping the gun at the fingernail polish? And I did believe, I got to say, I did believe there was a hidden agenda behind because of Zionists. Well, the Zionists are known throughout history to promote homosexuality and you know, homosexual tendencies. They believe, you know, because like I told people, I studied Barack Obama. I love Barack Obama. He wasn't a great president for black people. His first 4 years, okay, he was on that way. Second 4 years, he transformed into to be the greatest president that homosexuality will ever have. And people look at me funny. They think, sir, I don't care what you think. Do your research. Quit being, like I told a friend of ours. She was a friend of the show. She used to be on the show. Quit being lazy. Get your own goddamn opinions.
You said that. Okay. May I interject?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I didn't part of the conversation.
I want to finish when you listen. I want to finish when you finish.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead.
All right. Now, I don't know if the Zionists are happy about this cover because Caleb Williams has his fingernails painted. I'm sure. Maybe if what you're saying is true, that they're all dancing and throwing a party about Caleb Williams having his fingernails painted, you know, on the cover, representing the most popular sport. People say in America, the most popular sport in America.
In America, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The most popular sport in the world is soccer.
Soccer, by far. Which no one has their nails painted.
Which they call football in other parts of the world.
Yes.
But in America, the most popular sport is football. And so the most popular game is Madden. And the cover is supposed to be represented by the most popular player in the league. So if the most popular sport has the most popular player with their nails painted on the most popular game, I'm not that familiar with Zionists, but what I do know is, just like you stated, when we were kids, you were considered gay if you had 2 ears pierced if you were a man. Even if a guy had 2 earrings, he had them in 1 ear. Okay, so I think it's more about progression and how things slowly change over time. And I don't think Caleb Williams having his nails painted has a lot to do with Zionists, even though they might promote it and be celebrated.
No. Okay, can I stop right there? No,
okay,
go ahead.
No, please, no, because we got to learn to let the other person talk.
I think you're wrong in this aspect, but go ahead.
All right, but you can say that in a minute, not in an hour. I'll be done in a minute with the statement I'm making, this point that I'm trying to make. Caleb Williams is an individual. I don't think he gives a damn about Zionists. I think his nails, just like he grew up and Ozzy Osbourne painted his nails. He was a very popular rock and roller. Okay, and they done it because it's a different generation. Okay, different generations adapt different styles. Okay, they don't dress how we dress. I never would have had a nappy mohawk when I was a kid and I had hair. Okay, but this generation thinks that's the coolest thing in the world to have a nappy mohawk and smooth and nice edges.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't a mohawk, it's the whole fucking head except for the edges.
It's a different style. It's a different generation. Every generation is a tad bit more liberal than the generation that came before. Well, we used to say when we were younger, and I personally didn't say this because I don't care if you have holes punched in your lobe. I had 2 earrings on one ear. I did not have both ears pierced. But as you stated, Jay Bader, you had both ears pierced. And Mr. T, who was a tough guy who could kick ass. And he was a real tough guy. He wasn't just an actor who pretends to kick ass in a movie. This dude could really smack the shit out of you if he wants to.
He was Muhammad Ali's bodyguard.
Okay, he had both ears pierced. And so when you see a tough guy when you're growing up having ears pierced, all of a sudden it's not just for gay guys anymore. Okay, so that type of influence, when you get that type of influence and you get somebody who's got enough courage to say, this is my style, I'm not gay, but this is how I get down, I like the style, then things change. We grew up, 1 ear pierced, 5 years later, 2 ears pierced. You know what I'm saying? From celebrities, people that we looked up to, you know what I'm saying? Athletes, entertainers. And this is where Caleb Williams is right now. He's on the cover of Madden. He's got his fingernails painted, but I think it's an individual practice. I think he has his fingernails painted because he's not afraid that people are going to say
his mom owned a nail shop when he was younger. So
okay, his mom and that contributes
exactly
to his opinion. Yes. But he's not afraid. I think for the most part that people are going to say you're a fag. That's why he has his nails painted on the Madden cover. It's not because of design. It's just because as an individual, he's a superstar athlete who says, "Fuck what everybody thinks. I'm gonna paint my nails because this is how I get down." And I'm getting female booty, not male booty. That's probably
he has a fine girlfriend. She cold as a motherfucker. You hear me? Listen, that's why I said I know he ain't gay. Listen, if you gay, you ain't gonna pick this motherfucker. You're gonna pick somebody that you don't want to knock off. You're gonna pick somebody, she's a little lumpy, dumpy motherfucker that's just a homely girl. No offense, because they gotta get it too, and my man Jams can give it to you. But anyway, Jamsky, you hit the nail on the head. And and your way of thinking it didn't change my mind, but it made me look at things differently because I started looking at things the way you see it. Because I thought about me having 2 earrings when not too many people had 2 earrings. I thought about me, you give me a round of applause, really.
You deserve a round of applause, man, for that.
Damn.
Saying you
okay. And design, but what I'm talking about, the Zionists, has nothing to do with our beliefs. It's the agenda that they push. And you know what? I'm not going to go into that right now because the Zionists have an agenda and they control the cover of Madden and all that shit. Maybe if everyone had your mindset, Jamsky, it wouldn't work. See, you think like I think as an individual. We're not thinking as a group. They're looking at this as a group. Can we do this as a group? And let me say one more thing to you. This all leads in together, right? Well, Trump's in bed with the Zionists. And then last night, did you hear that UFC fighter say that about Michelle Obama?
No.
He says to the crowd, America, I agree with most of you. Michelle Obama is a man. Now don't quote me word for word. I'm saying it, off kilter, if that means anything. He blatantly said that he thinks Michelle Obama's a man. But here's what I want to say to him and to everybody who's a racist who thinks this way. Why does Michelle Obama have to be a man? That's a beautiful woman. She has done nothing. Listen, I haven't seen anything about Michelle Obama that shows that she's a man.
They don't care if she's a man or not. They just care that they push the narrative because they want to be insulted.
Well, the narrative is being pushed because her husband pushed her for the gays.
Yeah.
He pushed her for the gays and everything, and they can't press that upon him. They're pressing it upon her. And now, my only pushback of this is Barack you got to come and stand up for your wife, dude.
Mm-hmm.
If you know she's not a man, she's not trans. She gave birth to girls. I mean, come on now. She gave birth. Two of them. Listen, no transgender person can do this. No guy can do this. So stop. All you white people out there who don't like Obamas and don't like this, I get it. I do. Because I don't like a lot of politicians either. But I'm not going to go up there and say, listen, you motherfuckers see Barbara Bush?
Mm-hmm.
Like a fucking snowman that's half melted. Yeah. Am I lying?
Yeah.
Nobody said anything about her. You can go throughout history. You can go out throughout history and find the president's wives. These were some homely looking motherfuckers.
Right.
And guess what,
nobody said a word until
nobody said a word. And I'm going to say this. John F. Kennedy had a fine-ass wife. Mm-hmm. Barack Obama had a fine-ass wife. And President Trump has a fine-ass wife.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3. I don't know anybody else that had a fine-ass wife.
Yeah, out of 47. 3.
Yeah. Those 3 had, listen, Michelle Obama, yeah. Them white motherfuckers saying about her, they give it to her. Melania, what's her name? Melania Trump? Melanka Trump?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Melania, yeah. That's her name.
She's a fine motherfucker too.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody will give it to her. She's 56 years old and look good, motherfucker. You hear me? She can get it too. Jacqueline Onassis, Jacqueline Kennedy, she was fine in the motherfucker. She would have got it too. Now the rest of them wives, keep them. And we could talk about them, but we didn't. So don't talk about Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama is a fine woman. Stop it. Just stop it. And that's all I got to say about that. And the homosexuality thing about the nails, listen, I do believe designers are pushing that issue to Black America. And, you know, Madden is the #1 selling video game year in and year out. This is why I say they got an agenda. It's #1 selling video game year in and year out. And, you know, a lot of Black kids, like I was saying about us, we didn't have heroes because our dad wasn't our. Most kids' hero is their dad. You're your kid's hero. You know that because you were there. Same way I know. But a lot of kids didn't have that. A lot of kids still don't have that. So that's why I say they pushed that cover. He took 5 different covers, and you couldn't see the nails on all those other covers but this one. And I said that's why they got an agenda push. And it is what it is. I don't think the agenda is for anyone else. I do think it's for young Black kids. I do think it's a form of population control. And this is where you say my tinfoiler comes out. I say no.
Yes, it is.
It's where my deep thinking comes out.
Okay, well, let me say this. The reason I say that is because an NFL player, the most popular sport in America, and the most popular position is the quarterback. Hold on.
Okay.
Now. The most popular position is the quarterback. When you get a quarterback on the cover of the most popular video game, that appeals to more than just Black kids. So
it appeals to everyone. It appeals, but you didn't like the
Hold on. Caleb Williams' picture on the front of the Madden cover with his nails painted. That just appeal to Black kids. And Black kids ain't just seeing this and saying, oh, well, I need to paint my fingernails too. It's appealing to white kids and every kid who's an NFL fan and wants to play Pop Warner football in America. So that's the only part of it that I disagree with, that saying that it's Black kids looking up to this. They are, but they're not the only ones. I mean, you said this is targeted towards Black kids. White kids are seeing this, and there's more of them than there's of us. They're loving it more than the Black kids are.
What I was going to say was, the white kids have their dads in the home. A lot of Black kids don't, and Caleb could be their hero, which can push that agenda a little bit farther. I'm looking deeper as in that aspect, and we'll talk about that later on because that's a whole nother topic about that deals with the family aspect of America right now, and you know, divorce rates are falling for white folks too. I mean, rising. I should say marriage rates are falling. Divorce rates are rising for white folks too. So those kids will not have heroes as well. And I, much as I hate to say it, and much as it's true, your dad is your hero. And when you don't have that hero, you attach to someone else. Like, isn't it funny how Michael Jackson is #1 again after 43 years? 43 years, Jamsky. Take away 43 years. We're what, 12, 13 years old? 12 years old? We're 12 years old, Jamsky. That's when Thriller debuted at #1.
Right.
So you got to think about 43 years ago. We didn't have a hero. Michael Jackson was one of our heroes.
Yeah. I was a Michael Jackson fan. I could dance like
I know
Michael
it. You had the hair. And you had the little girl come out and everything. I remember.
Yeah, I had the Jerry Juice flinging everywhere. And Michael Jackson I was a big fan of Michael Jackson. So
and what did Michael Jackson always talk about? He talked about the children and their heroes because he always stated, and now I don't, like I told you in the last podcast, we had a podcast about it. I think Joe Jackson gets a bad rap. Yes, he was a little cruel, but whatever. That's how it was back then. Mike knew it. Yes, but that's the way the times were. My mom tells the same stories. And if you talk to, you'd ask your mom about it, she probably told you the same thing. They were just that way back then. Uncles, dads. Man, listen, Mike he got his ass whooped. He got abused. But guess what? So did a lot of other kids. And they didn't make it out of the hood. So I'm not going to sit here and put Joe Jackson under the crystal lights. No, I'm not going to do that. One thing I'm going to say is this. Michael knew how fragile kids were. And as a hero to kids, which he was, I think he took a little far. I don't think he did anything nefarious. I don't believe that. I don't think he did anything nefarious, but he took a little far. You can't have sleepovers with kids when you're 20-something years old, damn near 30, and you got kids. No, that's not going to work. You can do things for children, but But the only thing I'm saying is that with that cover, it kind of, Caleb is a hero now. And a lot of kids who don't have that backing from a male supporter might look at that and go the wrong way. And that's the only thing I'm saying. And if you can say whatever you got to say, then I'm going to move to the next topic before we have to get off here. You got anything to say about that?
What I have to say is Mike made a bad decision having sleepovers with kids, whether he was sleeping on the floor while they're sleeping in the bed or not. It's a bad decision.
It's a bad decision.
You're putting yourself in that position where you can be accused, and that's stupid. So I don't know what he did or what he didn't do. To me, he looked kind of guilty, but I'm not sure because that might not be true. But you're putting yourself in a position. You know what I'm saying? I've never had a sleepover with other kids. I never had a sleepover with my kids. They sleep in their room. I sleep in mine. When my daughter was 5 years old, you know what I'm saying? I'd wake up and she'd be in my bed because she wait till I go to sleep and she'd come in there and
but listen, that's your daughter. She's allowed to come.
Yes, but it's not her friends.
But see, guess what, Jamsky? You're her hero. You see? Yeah. She's coming to sleep next to her hero. And she feels comfortable and safe.
Protector. So she
her protector. You're the hero. And so and guess what? There's no harm or no foul in that.
Yeah. So I've never had a sleepover with her friends though, or anything like that. So what he was doing was just stupid. But
dumb.
I don't know. So I can't say whether he was guilty or not. I don't know. But
allegedly to the payments, they said Sony made the payments to the parents of the both charges that he had, and they said it was a money grab. And I get it. It's a money grab. And you get an attorney who's greedy and who says, well, I see something here. Well, let's sue him. He shouldn't be with those kids. I get it. I 100% get it. And guess what? Two felons took charge of this. And Sony, they said, Mike's like, I'm not giving him anything. Mike, what people don't realize about Mike, he was a stern businessman. He didn't give him anything. Sony paid him because Sony knew that Mike owned half of Sony. They didn't want the family to reap benefits from Sony, and they might get the rights to an artist or whatever they might have sued for. Who knows? So they're like, you know what? You want 30 minutes? We'll give it to you. Sony paid that, and it never hit the news. Read the book, listen to Quincy, and listen to other people that knew Mike. They'll tell you Mike never paid them shit. It was the Sony that paid him. So, because Mike said he was innocent, but hey, that was 40-some years ago, 35 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever it was. And we're moving on. But like what you said, we can't just look at these people as heroes, and we got to look at ourselves. And like you're your daughters. When she comes into the bed with you, my grandkids climb into bed with us. My kids used to climb into bed with us. And listen, I don't want to touch my daughter or my sons in that nature. I don't want to touch your daughter or your sons in that nature. And if my kids would have grew up and knew Uncle Tony, and Dad, we want to stay with Uncle Tony and his boys, I wouldn't hesitate to let my boys stay with you because I grew up with you. I know you. James ain't gonna do but take care of my kids. He's gonna take care of them. He's gonna protect them like they're his. And I'm pretty sure those people felt that about Michael. But what happened? And we'll talk about this in another topic, another story. But because Jamsky, if like I told you, my grandson is close to your daughter's age. If I had a granddaughter and they were close to your daughter's age, they became best friends, can I go stay with Uncle Tony? Hell yeah, go ahead. I would not care, and her mom wouldn't care. Because we know who you are. You're not going to let them leave. Hell no, get your asses back in the house. Your fast asses ain't walking down the street going no damn Speedway. You need something for Speedway, you go get it. Keep y'all's ass in the house. Ain't no boys coming over. Ain't none of that. And so my granddaughter would be safe with Uncle Tony. And I wouldn't care if I'll bring her to you. I know you. You're my brother. I know you. Yeah. And I'm not looking to sue you 20 years down the road like, damn, Jansky hit the lottery for $280 million. Well, let me get 50 of that. Let me get 30 of that. No, because that's not going on.
Right, because I don't play the lottery.
I just know you. But, and I'm just saying.
You keeping, you got the Spreaker running?
Yeah, Spreaker's running. Yes, it is.
How long have we been on?
We've been on for an hour and 17 minutes.
Okay, we gotta get to the Knicks, man, because the Knicks won the championship, and we haven't said anything about the Knicks.
Man, you want to get listen? We're going an hour and a half. We got 13 minutes. We'll talk about. Listen, I had a couple other topics, but I'll save them because these topics.
Because the Knicks.
These topics. I had one topic that's going to go with this, so great. I'm glad you said that. I'll tell you what, you lead, and I'll finish up with the topic.
All right. The New York Knicks have won only their second championship in their history, which is mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. Is it the third?
It's the third championship. Hey, Jeffy, it's their third championship.
They've won only their third championship. if you're correct, let me make sure that you are correct.
I'm correct, Jeffy.
Okay.
Go ahead, check it. You want to fact check me? Fact check me.
I do. How many championships have the Knicks won?
The New York Knicks have won 3 NBA championships. They first won in 1970, then again in 1973, and most recently in 2026, defeating the
Hell's Bells.
Spurs.
I think Terrence Crow was right again.
Championship drought.
You're even interrupting her. Okay, so yeah, you
was right.
3 championships.
No. Tell the fans who was right.
They heard. If they're paying attention, they heard. So the Knicks have won their third championship, and they won in 1970 and one in 1973. And I'm sure back at that time, they thought they were on a roll and was going to win multiple championships. And after 1973, they won 53 again. Would you stop interrupting me?
Please. I'm sorry. 53 years.
We can't both talk at the same time. People are listening. I'm confused. So The Knicks just won the championship this year, recently. What was it? Yesterday, right?
2 days ago.
Or Saturday. Saturday, 2 days ago. The Knicks are champions. You know what I'm disappointed about? Even though they won it on the Spurs floor, there was no confetti. What happened to the confetti? They usually have confetti every time someone wins the championship. Confetti falls when someone wins the Super Bowl.
Do they drop the confetti?
When somebody wins the Daytona 500 and is the champion of NASCAR.
Yes, but no. But do they drop confetti on the? Do they drop confetti on the visitors' floor? Like when the Bulls won in Utah, they didn't drop Bulls confetti. They don't in the NFL and NBA and hockey because it's 7-game series. If you win on an opponent's floor, I don't know if they dropped the confetti. I don't know about that.
I think I do remember seeing confetti fall on the visitors' floor, but I might be wrong about this.
I think you're wrong about that.
That they are ready for whoever has won 3 games. They are ready for them to win, even if it doesn't happen.
Yes. They bring the statue, they bring the trophy to the game, and everything's set up for just in case the visiting team wins. But as you were talking about confetti, I don't kind of remember confetti being fallen on visitors' floors. A lot of people talk about the confetti falling when they're on the road and they lose. They're like, damn, this shit's everywhere. But I could be wrong. The Knicks have a parade scheduled in New York on Thursday. I'm sure they're going to have plenty of confetti. But I like to see the confetti fall when the game is over. And, you know what I'm saying, they should have the confetti the color of both teams. Because the Knicks had won 3 games. The Spurs, if they would have won, they would have just went on to game 6. So they don't need no confetti. But the Knicks had won 3 games already. And so they should have had the orange and blue confetti ready. They've done the Knicks wrong by not having the confetti ready. Jamsky, you're smart on this. They're not going to do that. I don't think. Yeah. I don't think opposing teams will do that for. I don't think an opposing team. I get it. I get the
series of the year. You know, it's the biggest series of the year in basketball, and so they should have had the confetti ready. And the next one, you know what I'm saying? I was rooting for the Knicks, even though I'm not a Knicks fan because I hate the Spurs. I don't like the Spurs. I was a Laker fan when I was younger, and the Spurs was the biggest rival and the trouble they had with the Spurs. You know what I'm saying? So just out of fandom, I was like, yeah, I'd rather see the Knicks win. They haven't won in 53 years. They haven't won since we was 3 years old.
Exactly.
So, you know, I'm glad for the Knicks fans. They weren't deserved. They deserve to stop damaging stuff and getting arrested after your team wins. You're supposed to have
How bad did they tear the city up?
And be happy, not tear stuff up.
Do you know how bad they tore the city up? Do you know? Did you watch those videos? They turned cars upside down. Some of the people turned their own cars up. So this one dude was like, I turned my own car upside down.
43 people got arrested in New York City. So yes, that always happens, no matter where it is. When someone wins Super Bowls or championships, World Series. But yes, the Knicks won, and I seen a post on Facebook from one of our friends who posted, and the Knicks, he posted, well, Boston has won 18 championships and the Knicks only won 2.
I saw that. I didn't even like it. I didn't like it or even respond to that. It's not about that. It's not about that.
I responded because I couldn't help it. And I said, listen, yes, I said, let the Knicks fans have their joy. It's not about the Celtics. The Knicks winning the championship is not about the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? You won 18. Be happy about your team is consistently winning. And the Knicks won one championship in 53 years, and you got to try to make it about the Celtics?
Right. I saw that. And I thought the exact same thing. I'm like, I'm not even going to waste my time and comment on that. I'm not going to give it any kind of credence because, let them celebrate. It's like, Jamsey, your birthday's today. Mine's tomorrow. You're going to celebrate on my birthday. Like, come on, man. Why did you celebrate on your birthday?
Yeah.
It's you know, let me ask you a question.
What's that? Go ahead.
I got some stuff here that I want to ask you about. Hang on a second. Okay, this is the last question. The other question is like if we get a female guest. I want to talk about like other things with a female guest. But this here is for you. Mm-hmm. Do you think analytics are ruining sports? Because if you think about it, the Knicks had a double-digit lead in both games, every game, in all 5 games. In some games, they had up a 20-point lead, damn near a 30-point lead in one, and they kept following these analytics. And how do you think analytics would, according to the logic of the game, is if I'm up 30, Jamsky, you know how we were coached. No, we're not shooting the ball until 2 seconds left on the shot clock. We're gonna play 4 corners. We're gonna the way Villanova beat Georgetown. We're gonna work the clock down. And now they're just shooting. They shot up 8 straight threes the game before and let New York come back. The first game they kept shooting threes. The coach wouldn't take timeouts because analytics says shoot threes. Now in football, the Falcons, the latest example, they had a 28-3 lead in the third quarter over the Patriots and ended up getting beat because they kept passing the ball. Do you think analytics is ruining sports?
I do not think it's ruining sports because the coach doesn't. The coach can do whatever he wants, and sometimes the game is emotional and it's not about analytics. Sometimes you follow the analytics and they'll do you well, but you got to figure out what situation are we in right now and what does my team need to do, because I'll tell you, the Falcons' defensive linemen were tired, and they should have ran the ball, even if they weren't getting but 1 yard a carry and punted.
Right.
Because it would have took the time off the clock.
Right.
Yes, and gave that defensive line some time to rest because they were chasing Tom Brady the whole game. And at some point, they're going to be tired. You're putting them back out on the field after, punting the ball 3 and out. So sometimes the analytics serve you justice, and sometimes they don't because you're following them too close and not using your own brain. You're the head coach of the professional team, NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball with the skipper. You know what I'm saying? You got to make a decision based on what you think is the best way to go right now. And you got reasons. And not just analytics. You got human beings out there who get emotional, hurt, tired, and you got to make a judgment. You should know your players. Okay? You should have a scheme. You should have a system. And you can't just go off the analytics. And the Spurs got happy with the 3 ball because they made a lot of them in the first half. And
Yes, they did.
When the coach may have considered calling a timeout, regardless of what the analytics are saying.
He never did.
Shooting threes. Pass that ball around and let's get it in the paint. Okay? We got to slow these guys down. They shouldn't even have time to come back from a 29-point deficit. Stop just jacking up threes. Okay? The Warriors, there were 2 Hall of Fame guards who were prolific 3-point shooters, made the whole league crazy with shooting threes. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry and Thompson. So now everybody's playing copycat because they had a dynasty shooting threes. But not everybody is Steph Curry. So they got happy shooting threes, the Spurs did. And when you start missing them, you get a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to miss more when you get a little nervous. When you're jacking them up and you're like, oh, shit, I ain't hitting them like I was in the second quarter. Stop shooting them then. Pass that ball around and take some time off the shot clock and then go inside. You got the biggest man in the world playing center on your team.
100%.
You got the biggest dude on the damn planet playing center. And he's a pretty good player.
And he's a damn good player.
Even he was jacking up threes. I'm like, you got 7.
Man, oh, God. I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. You got 7 more guys out here shooting threes.
They got De'Aaron Fox out here just not making a shot. Why not put the ball in Harper's hands? We got to win. I know, De'Aaron Fox, you're the highest earner on the team. You got to sit your ass on the bench, buddy. You ain't bringing it. Harper, listen, Harper, come on in. Yeah. And see, but here's the thing about analytics. It's ran by the GMs. These new GMs that they're hiring, they're all college They're nerds. They're number nerds who couldn't play the game.
Got a coach. They got a coach that makes decisions. He needs to make some decisions.
Did you see him? Let me ask you a question, Jamsky. Did you see him making any decisions that were like, you'd be like, damn, how are you helping the team? No, I didn't.
See, he looks like a king in the first half, but he looks like a queen in the second.
No, he looks like a fucking jester, a court jester.
Yes, because he was afraid to make decisions in the second half.
Yes, he was.
Make a decision, man.
So,
based on what you know as the coach about your team, it's your team.
In my opinion, I'm going to answer this question that I asked you. In my opinion, I think analytics are ruining sports because people are going with numbers over a feeling, a gut feeling, and the eyeball test. I don't care that it says, don't take that mid-range shot, take a three. Listen, when you miss 8 threes in a row, bring your ass in and shoot that layup. And listen, if the Spurs, the game before they got eliminated, would have held the ball on 5 straight possessions, and they hold the ball and let the clock run out, don't even take a shot, they win that game. They're up that many points that they could take 5 straight possessions and suck the clock down. Pause. Suck the clock down and not shoot a shot in 5 straight possessions. The damn Knicks have no chance of coming back because there's not enough time. And this is what analytics has done to sports. It's done it to football and doing the basketball and baseball. Baseball is the first one that dealt with analytics, but when they call it, the live ball era, and they said either hit for a home run or take a walk. And now, that's why you see a lot of players with more strikeouts because they're hitting for the long ball. Instead of just playing the game and using the way football and basketball and baseball was meant to be played, just play the game. These smart guys try to come in with these numbers and say, look, do it this way. You're going to win. But that's another topic for another day. And Jamsky, we had a great podcast today. I just got some texts from people saying we're having a great show. We got to do this more often. We got to get together. And like I said, as a crow flies is probably offensive, it's always down for you guys first. And I know someone said James can try to show his muscles off. I said, no, we ain't in 5th grade. Jamsky's dead in 5th grade. Jamsky ain't showing muscles off right now. Listen, we got a great show. And listen, there are a lot of people that watched us tonight. A lot of people that like us. Hey, man, one thing I can say is we're not going to follow the analytics. We're going to do what we got to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I told you, I wish I was a coach. I should have went into coaching.
I should have went into coaching too. Jamsky, I'm sitting there telling everybody who betting, my sons are betting, my friends are betting what they should do. No one's listening to me. And then at the end of the game, when you get Barkley, Shaq, Kenny Smith, and Ernie Johnson say the same thing that I said, I look at everybody like, what I tell you? I played the game at a high level. I played at a high level. I know the game. This is not winning basketball.
I didn't play at a high level, but
it doesn't matter. But you know the game. It doesn't matter if you played it. These people who are in analytics didn't play the game.
I secondhand. I Monday morning quarterbacked at a high level, so I know the game. You know what I'm saying? And I would be so much better than 99% of the coaches.
I think you're correct. And listen, I got a question here. I'm pushing back. Yeah, I'm pushing back for when we get a female guest because she can help us answer this question. Okay. I don't even want to hear your answer. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I don't want to hear your answer.
I'm
not going to answer.
Don't hold back.
I don't want to hear your answer.
Okay.
Listen. I don't want to hear your answer. No, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it because I want you to be surprised because I'm trying to get a female guest for maybe next week or the week after.
Female minded.
Yes. And I want her to answer this question, and I want you to answer it as well. and I'm going to answer
Okay.
as well. But I don't want you to answer it now, because I don't want you to answer it now, because I don't even want you to think about it.
All right.
Because
why don't you just give me the question, and then I won't answer it until next week.
You're hilarious. You're hilarious. I'm not telling you the question. I'm not telling you the question until we all get together. I'm gonna leave it at that. And but yeah, I'm trying to link us up with a special woman, and she's gonna come on the show and help us understand a couple things here and there. That's all. And she has watched the show, and she goes, "You guys are hilarious."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't, but she's awesome looking, and I'm not gonna say that I think that
awesome looking.
Yeah, so, I don't think that we're. Listen, I don't think that I'm funny. I'm trying to be serious about this stuff.
Okay, you are.
Jamsky's funny. I think Jamsky's funny. Yeah, he is funny. And Jamsky likes to crack jokes, and we're gonna leave it at that.
Right.
But as me being the serious person, I got to be the serious person.
Straight guy.
But yes, so we'll see you guys next Monday, and then in a couple of weeks I'll be having surgery, and we'll be on every Sunday, and we might be able to get a Monday or Tuesday, and also we're gonna hit you guys with. We're gonna start hitting you when I get when I'm off work. We're gonna hit you guys with a double dose, and we're gonna hit you up with a lot more content. Jamsky, I'm not gonna tell you this question because I don't want you saying what you're gonna say.
I'm not gonna respond until next week. So stay tuned for the show next week, and then we will be hit with the question that we have no idea what it is because Mr. Vader here is holding back from the audience.
And you know what? Yeah, in the name Vader, people they ask me about that. It's like, what made you go with Vader, right? I'm like, he saved everything. I said, see, what most people miss, and I get, Vader was not. He did terrible, horrible things. Yes, he did, which we all do in life. But there comes a forgiveness, and then there comes an act of goodness that you do that doesn't override all the bad you did, but it overrides who you are, and it makes you from bad to good, if that makes sense. And I'm like, I was a terrible motherfucker back in my day. Yes, I was. And I can't undo what I did, but I can get revenge on the Sith. I can change the course of the Sith. And if you're not a Star Wars fan, you don't know what I'm saying. Jamsky is.
Yes.
Yeah. Jamsky's more like Han Solo. If you watch the show, he's more like Han Solo. Jamsky's that dude. He's that. Han Solo was really the dude. Everybody wanted to be Han. Everybody wanted to be Han Solo. And he's like, well, how to be Luke? No, you don't want to be Luke. Because Luke's dad is this guy. You don't want to be Luke. You want to be Han. Yeah. You got frozen. You got thawed out. You got this, that. And you got the Lando Calrissian. Listen.
I'd rather, Lando lived a long time. Han,
yes.
Han did too, but he get killed by his son.
Right. That was Darth's grandson.
Yes.
We ain't gotta talk about that because people don't know. They might won't be watching it. But Han Solo was that guy. He was him. And he didn't give a fuck what came in front of him. He was not like Anakin. He was not like, Obi-Wan. He was not like Luke. Han was that guy. And the only one that really truly understood Han was Chewbacca.
Yeah.
And that's funny. Is people don't understand who Chewbacca was. Chewbacca was a motherfucker. But you gotta watch the shit. And Jamsky understands it. And see me, I'm like Lord Vader. I like Lord Vader. And Jamsky's like, nah, I can't get down with the get down. Because Jamsky's a good guy. And he can't get down with what Vader did in his rage. And we're not going to talk about all that. I want you guys to watch that. And you know what, Jamsky? I've gotten a lot of people to watch that, a lot of women to watch it. I got a lot of people to watch it. No, watch the whole story. And George Lucas himself said, Vader, who looked like the aggressor, he looked like this and third, he goes, people understand by the end of everything, he's the victim. He was the victim of his past. Vader was the victim of his own existence. He was created by the Force. He was a victim. And we don't got to talk about that. You know it. And I don't want to tell everybody about this. But you got to watch it. And guess what, people? You understand why we talk about this whole system of the Star Wars galaxy a lot, because it makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
And Vader, yes, he's related to me. He's my.
Have you watched Maul?
I didn't watch Maul yet. How was Maul?
It was okay. It was all right.
Did you watch it?
Yes, I watch all the Star Wars stuff on Disney Plus.
Okay, I gotta check that out.
Except for the kiddie stuff, I don't watch that.
Yeah. I gotta check that out. I know I did see that was on there. I didn't watch it yet, but now you know I will be having surgery and I'll be home a lot and I'll be catching up on all of them. Okay. And you know, I do know Darth Maul as Vader. Who do you hate so much that you would do this? And Vader said, I hate myself. And Maul was like, what? Who could you hate this much to be like this? He goes, myself. Vader. So that shows Anakin knew he was still Vader. And Anakin knew that he was doing wrong. And he knew that he had to do this in order to redeem himself. The Force was pulling Anakin to do all this. And Anakin, as the soul he was, didn't know. Only thing he cared about was Padme. Now me, I don't know. Maybe Jamsky had a woman that he felt about like Vader felt about Padme. I don't know. I don't think I have, because I've never had a woman be that loyal that she would die for me to be free. She died for Anakin
because of you.
Yes, that too. But she died for Anakin to be Anakin. Don't be this dude. And she saw it coming, and it was killing her. The more Anakin turned to the dark side, the worse her health got. In other words, when he was going to be him, he was pulling from her life.
But see, here's the thing she never understood, and this is why it caused the whole downfall. That she thought Anakin was having bad dreams, and he told her Jedi don't have dreams, and she said, I hear you. But that wasn't dreams. Those were visions of what was going to happen in the future. He was afraid that she was going to die. So he was turning to the bad side so he can increase his power to save her. But him turning to the bad side made her not want to live anymore.
That's what I'm saying. It took from her. And so, he didn't know
Padme's
that.
Fault. Everything's Padme's fault for her.
Ain't that a bitch?
for giving up her life. She should
Hey, Jamsky, can I ask you a question?
What?
Do you know you have female fans that watch our show?
Yeah, I'm glad about it too.
And
thank you, female fans who are watching this show.
They're Jamsky's fans. And
I love you.
Do you not think they know what you're saying? I'm done talking. Jamsky. I'm not gonna say anything.
That's never gonna happen.
I'm not talking about it anymore, Jamsky. You have your female fans, and they love you in a certain way.
Do I have some female fans? Do I have some females out there who love me on this show?
Of course you do. Really?
Great.
Really?
Good. I need more.
Ain't that a bitch? Hey, with that being said, thank you for tuning in to Ask Crow Flights podcast.
Any less friends that are ugly dudes.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Listen, if you're an
ugly
dude, let me just say this. This is
important. Go ahead, Jeffy. Go ahead.
If you're an ugly dude and you want to be a fan of this podcast, be a Jay Bader fan.
Oh my God. See, I try to close the show out early, people.
Go ahead, close it out. No,
this guy.
Go ahead, close it out.
Really, Jeffy?
Yeah.
Listen.
Go ahead, close it out.
Hey, listen, this is my partner. I'm speaking for my co-host, Jamsky. And for the people out there, thank you for tuning in tonight to the As the Crow Flies podcast. It's probably offensive. And we're only offensive because Jamsky brings up offensive topics. He says offensive things. And he just said something to close this show out that's very offensive. We don't want you homosexuals and people of that nature. We want you to follow the show. You don't got to just follow me. Like he said, you can follow the show and follow both of us.
I didn't say anything about homosexuals.
You kind of did. Hey, listen, I'm closing the show out. And this guy here, he kind of did. You heard it. But I'm just letting everybody know you can follow both of us. YouTube. Don't kick me off. Don't kick me off because of what he said. You hear me, YouTube?
Jay Bader
you guys
has
don't kick me off.
A big following from ugly dudes. And I'm taking it.
Damn it, this guy.
All the ugly dudes should be Jay Bader fans.
Listen, I don't care. Just follow us, hit that like and subscribe. Hey, Jamsky, is Sean available for next week?
We'll find out. We'll see. I call him up.
Because I'm going to get Sean next week, then we'll get the female the week after.
Okay. All right.
So let's get Sean for next Monday.
Okay.
And because Sean kind of sees the same thing I see. Oh, boy. This guy here, Jamsky, is something else. But thank you for tuning in. Hit us on Facebook, YouTube, Spreaker, iHeart, Spotify, and anywhere else maybe you get your fine podcast from. We're on there. As a Crow Flies is probably offensive.
Mm-hmm.
With your host, Johnny Vader and T. Jamsky. Hey, two handsome guys. We're older, but you would never know. If you never know, you won't know. Mm-hmm. No, we're not wrinkled at all. People don't even think we're this old. They're like, you guys always talk about you're older. Like, we are. They're like, really? I'm like, Talk to Jamsky. I'm a married motherfucker. You guys got. Hey, listen, all you sexy females, don't stop watching and don't stop hitting me up. Listen,
be an admirer of me.
Listen, I'm saying this in private. See my hand up.
If you're a sexy female, you might as well admire me.
Yeah, hit Jamsky up, and then he'll let me know. He'll let me know. Jamsky will let me know. You hear me?
Yeah.
Don't hit me up.
If you're a sexy female.
Don't hit me up. Let Jamsky know, then he'll hit me up.
As well. I got nothing better to do.
Oh my God! Like I told you, Jamsky earlier, we ever got big time, man, it'll be problems. But anyway, we're out of here for the night, and we'll see you next week. I was off Sunday, and maybe next Sunday if I'm off, we're gonna do an in studio together. I'll come to Jamsky's, and we'll do an in studio together on Sunday.
Oh, all right, we'll try to make that happen.
We'll try to make that happen. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And hit that like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yes. And hit us up because we're the two brothers that's going to keep it live for you and keep everything for real. And James, you got anything to say?
Yeah. We're out of here. Like last year. See ya.
Peace. We got to trademark that.
Yeah.
You got to trademark that, James.
It's so sexy, it's coming.
We're tuning out, but not for long. Catch the vibe and sing along. Probably